Hello, I'm Gunnar Esiason. I have cystic fibrosis and a feeding tube. Thank you for watching the 4th episode of the Own Your Feeding Tube video series. This video is made possible by an unrestricted educational grant by Nestle Health Science, the Esiason Foundation. This video, Comfort with Your Feeding Tube, will show how I have grown to accept the feeding tube as a necessary device to be successful in any one of my activities. It was not an easy decision to agree to getting a feeding tube placed, but now that I've lived with it for several years, I know that my life is only better because of having one.
Nothing within the Own It video series should be considered medical advice. Such advice can only be given by a physician who is experienced with cystic fibrosis. The Esiason Foundation, Gunnar, and contributors to the Own It video series cannot be held responsible for any damage which may result from using the information on this video without permission of your medical doctor.
I think the feeding tube has played a pretty big role in my life. I definitely have accepted it as a part of me, and I definitely think that's a hugely important thing. I'd be lying if I told you I didn't struggle with it at first. But after I saw that the benefit that I was getting from the feeding tube, the fact that I was feeling better, I was gaining weight, and I just, I felt stronger. And there's really one place that this was coming from, and it was my, the feeding tube and the extra nutrition I was getting. So it's hard to not like something that's really helping you. My energy levels gone up. My immune system seems to be a little bit stronger. I fight off colds, infections a little stronger now. And I've had a wider range of possibilities. I haven't been totally stressed out by just constantly needing to take in huge numbers of calories. I think that when I accepted that I had the feeding tube, it was because I was a much stronger and healthier person. I could see that in the mirror. To beyond seeing the feeding tube in my stomach, I saw that I had more color in my face. My hair was thicker, I was growing. So there were other things that I was noticing in the mirror besides just seeing the white feeding tube. People ask me all the time if I go swimming with it. It seems to be a pretty big topic of discussion, and yeah, I can go swimming. I jump in the pool. I've got a jet ski that I ride, and I fall off the jet ski all the time too, and there's no issue. So, I can imagine that there are some questions that people may have with the feeding tube, but quite frankly, I haven't had an issue with it at all. My friends who have seen my feeding tube and know that I have a feeding tube, they just see me. They don't see the feeding tube at all. I had roommates in college, and they accepted it. They knew that I had something else that I had to deal with, and there was no issue. And anyone else new that sees it, or anyone that must get introduced to it that I meet throughout the world, it's just something I have to do. So I've accepted it as a part of me, and they can accept it or not. And quite frankly, if they don't accept it, then I don't need to know that person. No, I don't think the feeding tube has played a part or a significant role at all in hindering my possibility of developing a new relationship. I think it in a way it's almost become easier. I'm healthier. I'm able to get out more often, hang out with my friends more often, meet new people. So there definitely has been a benefit to having the feeding tube. I think it's definitely allowed me to live a much fuller life, where I was before. I was maybe dealing with infections quite frequently, or I was on my back trying to recover. But now I'm out there. I'm trying to be social, and I think the feeding tube has definitely played a large part in that. So it's hard to say that the feeding tube would ever hinder, how I'm living my life.
Got questions for Gunnar? Send them to us. If you're on Facebook, you can send them to us at facebook.com/Esiason Foundation. You can Twitter us at twitter.com/cystic fibrosis or twitter.com/G17Esiason. And you can also send an email to Gunnar at gunnarsblog@esiason.org. When Gunnar answers your question, we'll credit you. So get busy and send them in.